So next up, we've got someone who is on a big mission to make video editing as easy as sending a text message. So Sam is Chief Product Officer at Veed, where they have over 10 million people using their tools to create awesome videos. I don't know if anyone's checked him out on LinkedIn, but I follow him with a passion and some really, really fun videos going on there. But there's a plot twist to today. So after shipping more than 50 AI features, Sam realized that almost every product rule he knew was wrong. So today he's sharing with us what his team had to unlearn, but also what it really takes to build an AI product. So let's welcome Sam to the stage.
Thank you, thank you. All right. So yeah, today I'm going to teach you 4 lessons that will help you ship better and more AI features in the future. But before I do, I have a question for all of you. Maybe raise your hand if you've experienced this. Your investor or CEO is asking you to add more AI features. Yeah, I see many hands. And then maybe also raise your hand when your customers come to you and they're also saying, hey, I want to buy more AI features. Has that happened to, almost the entire room? That's great. Raise your hand if you were a bit confused, like me. How do I add these features? Who do I need to hire? Where do I need to do all of this? It's quite confusing. Our product looked like this about 2 years ago. Quite simple video editor in the browser. Everybody wanted AI stuff, and I didn't really know what that meant and what to do. So I did what every well-funded startup does. I tried to hire loads of good people. So we hired a kind of bespoke AI research team. I brought in people from Meta, DeepMind, incredible people. But they came to me on their first day and they asked, you know, Sam, what do you want us to work on? What should we do? And again, I kind of blanked. We made so many mistakes figuring out how to ship better and more AI features. But luckily, we did figure it out. As MC told you, I'm very active on LinkedIn, and I post about every week. I post a video on a new feature that we're shipping. We're on a really good cadence right now. So I want to kind of share what we've learned. But before I do, just a couple of the things that we've been shipping. This is one of the first features we shipped, basically an eye contact correction feature. If you're not looking into the camera while you're recording your video, our AI will make sure that you're actually looking straight into the camera. That was 2 years ago. Now we can do much more, like this. This is a video model that we made that can make any photo talk. So here you see a clay version of me, and we can make it speak. Now, I'm praying that the audio gods are with us.
Veed is launching its first AI video model.
So that's pretty cool, but this is kind of a toy, right? Maybe you want to apply this to your business. Loads of businesses sell products, so we can use this same model to sell products that you might have not even held yet. So this box with Fabric One here, I've never held in my hands.
You can make yourself talk with a product that you just add with AI. I've never held this product, I promise you.
So that's pretty cool. And another cool thing that you can do is, let's say you have a 9:16 video, like this one for TikTok. This is the last time to get it right. This is the last chance to make it on. Yeah. We can now turn that into a widescreen video as well. So in the next video, I'm going to show you all the bits on the sides have been generated by AI. This is the last time to get it right. This is the last chance to make it. So this is just a selection of the many things that we've been shipping. But here's what I wish I knew when I started shipping these AI features. So there's 4 big lessons that I want to share with you today. Lesson number 1 is to lower your standard. In this kind of post-AI world, quality isn't as important anymore. It sounds a bit counterintuitive, but due to the AI shift, we've been moving from a deterministic world to a probabilistic one. Now, I'm not sure if you all know what those words mean, so I'm going to explain that to you. In a deterministic environment, the same input will always give the same output. So if you do 1 and 1 is 2, it's always 2. But in a probabilistic world, this is a little bit different. If we ask ChatGPT where to have dinner tonight, every day, every hour, every minute, it will give us a slightly different answer. So in a probabilistic environment, 1 plus 1 is often 2, but not always 2. And that is a kind of fundamental change that means that many things can go wrong and there's very little control that you have over AI. And that means that you can just not ship something that is perfect every single time. An example here that we ran into is we have this talking video model, and it works really well when we have one person in the view, but if we have two, they often both start speaking, which is kind of funny.
It's so weird that we are both talking at the same time, right?
So yeah, this is fun, and we ship this, and it's totally fine. The product is still very successful, even though it's not perfect. And I don't know how many of you pay for ChatGPT. OpenAI is doing well. ChatGPT isn't always right? And still, we are paying for it. So we are all paying for AI tools that aren't perfect. So if we're building those types of tools ourselves, I think we need to also lower our standards and embrace that they're not going to be 100% right all of the time. So that's lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 is figure out whether you're building or buying AI. Not all AI companies need to build everything in-house. Doing AI can mean many different things, and not everybody needs a crazy AI research team. I don't know if you've been following the headlines, but I think Meta is hiring people from OpenAI at $100 million a year. That's not accessible to many of us, unfortunately. So you kind of need to figure out what you're building. There's kind of 3 categories of building companies: wrappers, fine-tuning, and building your own models. So let's look at the first one, wrappers. Here you build features around existing models. So let's say you are a Notion, it's not really nice to build an entire LLM just for Notion. So what Notion does is they use OpenAI in the background to help you write better documents and things like that. That doesn't mean that this AI is not valuable for Notion. I heard that they quadrupled their revenue after they started introducing AI features. So it's super, super successful for them. But they're not building this in-house at all. The second category of companies do fine-tuning. This means you take an open source model, and there's many open source models out there, and you kind of train it on your own data, or you do other tweaks to make it great for your own use case. So a great example here is Kriya and Midjourney. These are kind of creative image generation apps, and they use open source things that they have trained and made a little bit different for their specific use case. Now this is fun, but if you want to spend a lot of money, you can build your own models. This is what the OpenAIs and Google DeepMinds of this world do. And here you need to have a research team and find a lot of data and do a lot of training to make a really great product. So if you compare all of these, here I've made this little framework to make these decisions. So on the top, we have wrappers. Wrappers are a great way to kind of get started. And if you are building a wrapper, you're probably going to have a product that customers use directly. Building wrappers is quite cheap because you can work with any engineer. It's not something where you need specialized engineering. If you want to do fine-tuning, you might sell a product or you might sell an API. So both are kind of possible in this category of companies. And it's slightly more expensive because you need people that deeply understand AI. You might also need training data and things like that. And then if you want to go all the way, you can build your own models. And here it's much more likely that you're building an API. And it's super, super expensive because you need crazy researchers and they need to be better than all your competitors. And it's really, really hard. So that's kind of the 3 categories. So next time your boss asks you to build AI or your investors ask you to build AI, think about what kind of company are we and how are we going to approach this. Lesson number 3 is create space to play, because speaking to your customers doesn't really tell you what to do in an AI world. I'm sorry to disagree with the previous speaker, but I have a slightly different opinion here. In product, this used to be the way we worked. We would look at research and data, we would find customer problems, and then ship solutions. This is still what we do for some things, but I've noticed that there's one broken thing in the AI world, which is that nobody knows what they want with AI. If we ask people, what do you want from AI video, they don't really know what to answer. So we can't really ask them anymore. So what we do right now is we kind of let ourselves be guided by our inspiration. So we see cool technology that inspires us. Then we build a proof of concept with that technology. Sometimes we ship that to production. Sometimes we make like a proof of concept that we share with some people. And then based on that, we ship a solution. So an example here that happened to us a while back, Kling, this is a Chinese AI video model, released a new model. And we thought maybe we can make transitions between videos with it so that there are smooth transitions between two videos. And we built a proof of concept, and the proof of concept was basically a demo video that we then put on social media, and we saw, loads of people interacting with it, and that meant for us, okay, this is a great thing that we can actually ship to production. So let me just briefly show you the video. So here you see transitions between the two shots. Here, this one is going to be fun. I'm going to jump. So this is all done by AI, and as you can see, I don't know if you can read it actually, but there's like hundreds of thousands of people that have watched this video. So for us, that really meant, okay, this is super interesting. People want this. Let's build it. Now, how do you actually then create that space to play? One of the best ways to do this is through hackathons. At Veet, we do tons and tons of hackathons, and it's a really great way to find that type of innovation. An example of something we shipped at a hackathon was VGPT. This is a ChatGPT app that allows you to prompt videos. And I'm in product, and normally I would make all the roadmaps, and I would never, ever prioritize this. But some engineer was like, okay, let's just try it. Let's build it in 24 hours and see what it does. And to our surprise, about 10% of our subscriptions in the following months came from this. So it was an incredible feature, and all of that in just 24 hours of work. So to me, this really validated that us product people don't know what to do anymore, and we need to like experiment, play, and that works quite well. So how do you then run a good hackathon? We've done tons, so here's a couple of things that really worked well for us. First of all, you got to pick a theme so that all of the things that everyone is building kind of fit in the same track. An example for a video company like us is to make a video better with one click and have everyone's hacks be something around that. But if you run like a banking app, maybe the thing should be give a person more insight in their spending in the first time they open the app. So everybody can find a theme that works well for their company. Then the second thing that's interesting is hackathons can be big and small. It doesn't really matter. We sometimes do them with the entire company and sometimes with just a few people. And you can do them very long, like 1 week long, or just a couple of hours. You should experiment with this, but if they're big and small, you can do many more of them throughout the year, so you don't need to only do this once in a week that nobody is at work. Don't save on tools and tokens. So all of you have been using AI tools. All of this stuff is super expensive, and that's annoying. But when you're innovating, budgets can really be kind of a buzzkill. So while doing the hackathon, give people a limited budget to figure things out. You can always optimize and make things cheaper in the end. And then lastly, make sure that there's product buy-in so that these things that are being developed actually make it into the end product or into the roadmaps. One way, one trick to do this, and I'm saying this as a product person, is ask product team or product managers to pick the theme, because then they're more bought into what's actually coming out of it. So that's on the hackathons. Last lesson is to build reusable workflows. Not every AI feature needs to be an entirely new thing, and if you want to do that, you're going to have a hard time because it's going to take a lot of time to build. So if you want to ship a lot of AI, you can't build everything from scratch. And the good news is that you do not have to do that. You can work with one workflow and then reuse it. So what do I mean by that? Well, here in Veet, we have 10 AI features that allow you to make a video better with one click. But if we zoom in, we actually see that 4 of these are kind of the same thing. Eye contact, background removal, green screen, and a face filter all do the same thing. They take your video, send it to an AI model, and then they send a video back. So for eye contact, they take a video with me not looking into the camera, they send it to an AI model, and then I'm looking into the camera. Same thing for background removal, right? You see my video, we send it to an AI model, I get the video back without the background. So these are kind of the same things where we just need to swap out the AI model that we're using. And the cool thing is that you can make those yourself. And by you, I don't mean your engineering team, I mean you, all of you in the room. There's tons of cool tools out there right now that allow you to make production-grade workflows that your engineering team can then implement. So here's a list of tools that works really well for this. Val is great for creative stuff like what we're doing, but for example, Nathan, N8N, they're really great for making flows that are tapping into LinkedIn, email, Slack, those types of things. And the way these tools work is all kind of the same. You have these blocks that you can then connect. And it's not hard. So for example, I only make goofy stuff, so I wanted to make like a workflow in which you can make a Muppet talk. So you make a selfie from yourself, and then we turn that into a Muppet and we make it talk. Now, the way this works with a tool like Val, you kind of connect these blocks together. So in the first block, you get the photo from the user. Then you send that to an AI model, like ChatGPT image. You make it into a Muppet there. And then you send it to a video model, like Kling, and there you animate it. And then you send the video back to the user, and the user will end up with something like this. Now, if you want to try these tools out yourself, highly recommend making a photo of this one because these are all great tools and they all work for different use cases. So for any company, there's something interesting there. So to summarize, you should lower your quality standards because in an AI world, we can't control everything. You should figure out whether you're buying or building or what type of company you need to be in this AI world. You need to create space to play because your users won't tell you everything that they want when it comes to AI. And last but not least, you need to build these reusable workflows so that you can ship AI much faster and many more features. So I hope this can help you ship more AI. And that's my talk. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sam. I want to be made into a Muppet. How can I do that? I'm dressed like Miss Piggy, really, aren't I, already? Great, so thanks for the chat. Is there any questions among us? I think one thing, is incredibly creative, what you guys are doing over at Veed. But maybe in terms of AI and maybe someone here in the audience have also released some AI products and had some learnings or questions for you. Yes.
Yeah, I've got a question. I love your concept of like build something, let the market validate it and kind of like see how it goes. How long do you wait before you say like this definitely doesn't work or like let's throw more fuel on the fire?
So often some of these things go viral internally in our Slack channels before they go viral on Twitter. So sometimes we are already hyped before it even hits the market. But yeah, to be honest, if we see people that are asking the question, how did you do that? We know we've struck gold because that means that people are going to look for a solution for it. So once people start asking that, and that can be quite fast, we start building it. The only annoying thing in this is for your team is that when something like this hits, everybody wants to ship the thing as soon as possible. So that can be a bit disruptive, but yeah, it's fun as well.
Any more questions among us? No? Then my recommendation is to head to Veed and make yourself into a Muppet. I'm going to be doing that probably this evening. So thank you very much, Sam.
You're welcome.
And also I have to, I would love that we all give Sam a big round of applause because he's also expecting a child in the next coming days. So thank you for being here with us, even at that most important time.
Thank you. I
And
think my
there's some
partner
pink
will like the
chocolate.
chocolate.
Yes.